Hey guys, welcome to Gaming and Fitness. I am your host Sebastian. This is Muscles and Mana because we're playing Sword of Mana, which is the first Mana game. Well, a remake of the first Mana game. And we're talking about fitness and nutrition and all kinds of things. Gaming, Mana. So let's get on with it. I do not remember where I left off because it's been a billion days since I last played. Some sort of save statue. You know, since I last streamed, quite a few things have happened. Thing number one is that Square Enix announced that they're doing a complete brand new remake of Secret of Mana, which is the second Mana game, in a 3D models sort of overhead style. And it's interesting to point out that the first Mana game was released for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, the black and white one. The second Mana game was released for the Super Nintendo. The remake of the second Mana game is coming out for the PlayStation 4 and the Vita? Why? Why not the 3DS? Why not the Switch? Surely the Switch would be the best choice, considering it's the thing that everybody's freaking out about right now. It's very strange. Let's see here. So, although I am very excited about it, I was getting so tired of waiting. Yeah. Oh man, not Goramond again. So you're still alive. What happened to Ms. Isabella? Relax, I didn't kill her. She looked so tasty, but I messed up a bit. By the way, do you two have any idea why I've appeared here? Did you come to eat our souls? Oh, your souls need to marinate a bit longer. Relax, I'm on your side today. On our side? You want to enter the ruined path, don't you? This has nothing to do with you, you soul-sucking freak. Don't push yourselves. Ha ha ha. There's a small shrine in the sealed cave on the island far to the west. Your answer lies there. What makes you think we'll believe you? Make no mistake, I only want to eat the finest souls. Makes no difference to me if it's yours or Julius's. So you're not in cahoots with Julius? Well, you must admit there are plenty of plump souls ripe for the taking when I hang around him. That's as far as it goes, though. Why, you filthy little Anyway, you believe me or not, it's not entirely up to you. I'm very tired. I can barely read this, sorry. If you decide to go on, the armory in southern Ish can blast you over to the sealed cave. Isha. Ish? I don't know. Well, I guess it's goodbye, Bass. Make sure nobody eats your soul, except me, that is. Okay, so let's go to Isha. Yeah, so anyways, when I saw that announcement about the remake of Secret of Mana, I was so excited. I think I had just woken up and was just checking my phone, and I think I said, like, what the effing hell is this? and then, oh, whoops, I forgot that when he does his magical little thing, it hurts me, too. Whoops. But, anyways, I was so excited, and then when I saw it was only for PlayStation 4 and Vita, I was like, it's not just that it's that whole, like, video game, like, rivalry kind of thing, like, oh, well, that's sad that it's not even for the video game systems I own, but it's like a remake of a game made famous for the... It's just so weird. And not to mention that, but it's also... I mean, the hype is for the Switch right now, not for the PlayStation 4, so what the heck are they doing? I don't remember how to get anywhere. Was there another way up here that I wasn't quite remembering? There's a statue. There must not really be anything here. What am I supposed to do? So yeah, that was bizarre. And I guess, I mean, it's also coming out for Steam, but I don't really have. I don't know if you can play. I used to have a pretty decent laptop. Um, I don't anymore. It is destroyed. The dog or somebody knocked it off. Anyways, the point is, I don't have that nice laptop anymore. So, I mean, I have it. It's just it's not functional, and I'm not going to spend the money to get the screen fixed because it was already starting to get a little old. So, where the hell am I supposed to go from here? Oh yeah, there's like some kind of bridge or something when it's dark at night. Is it not dark at night right now? Um, so anyways, right now I'm using a MacBook Pro, but I don't, if I remember hearing correctly, you can't play Steam games on MacBooks. Is that right? So basically, I'm screwed. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I don't have a Vita. I don't have any interest in getting either of those two things just now. So it's pretty frustrating because I really want to play that remake, but I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 4 or a Vita just to play a remake. So, and I just don't understand at all why. There's the bridge. I just don't understand at all why they're not making it for the Switch. It's like it's clearly going to be a better. I'm so tired. I can barely talk. I'm sorry. I just woke up not too long ago. Anyways, it's clearly a better seller for the Switch than it would be for PlayStation 4. So I don't know what's going on there. It's very strange. Okay. Now we just gotta find our way to a Canon guy, Canon Travel Fellow. Or to a treasure chest. So I've had an interesting past few days. I went to sorry, I'm spacing out trying to think if I need to buy anything in the town, but I don't, so that's fine. I had my exam for my personal training certification and passed that, so that's good. That's something. I mean, I knew I was going to pass it, but it's kind of funny, like, you know, I go into it pretty confident. Oh, I'll pass this fine. I know all this stuff backwards and forwards. And then I see the questions, and suddenly, even the simplest question, my brain is like, oh, but are you sure that the right answer is the right answer? And so I started freaking out during the test, thinking, oh no, I don't know anything suddenly. I'm going to fail this miserably and will have spent. The test itself is incredibly expensive. It's like $600, so I was like, oh boy, I've just wasted $600. That blows chunks, but that went fine. And then after that, a friend's kid's birthday, his first birthday party was on Saturday, so up in Seattle. I live in Portland, and then partway between Portland and Seattle is a water park that I like to go to once a year called Wild Waves. So we went there on Friday, and that was a lot of fun. Although I have to say, I've never been to a better water park than that up until recently. Just a couple months ago, I went to a really awesome one in Idaho called Silverwood, and now Wild Waves seems kind of like, now I just want to go to bigger and better water parks than Wild Waves, but it was still fun, of course. And then the next day was that 1-year-old's birthday party, and then we came home last night, and I feel completely exhausted, but I figure I may as well play some video games, as usually scheduled. But also, today's usually my rest day. I usually lift weights 6 days a week, with Sunday being my rest day. But I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday because I was out of town, so I will have to do that today. Chief took out the Dark Lord fella, but hasn't felt the least bit swella. I wonder if the guy meant well. He should have married Isabella. Oh, little cactus, you gotta work on your rhyming. But then, starting Monday is the last week of this particular workout I'm doing, and then I'm switching to something that will be probably a little easier on my body. Because this current workout that I've been doing, I change it up like once a month, and this current one is completely destroying me physically and mentally. Okay. I probably don't have any metals or anything to temper my swords or my weapons or armor, but let's just see, just to be sure. Do I have any iron? I don't. Do I have any oak? No. I do have some marble. Not that I ever use these knuckles. Okay, which is the best solution? Probably that. I think this is also steel. I never use the sickle anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I do have blow-up wood, and I do need to use this occasionally. Never use this lance. I probably should use it every once in a while. Also steel. Okay. And armor? Let's start with... yeah, that's steel, of course. Boots are not steel. Except they are. Steel boots, okay. Oh, I do have some gator. Oh, but I don't have any... let's see, is the helm steel? No. But I still can't do it. Okay. Alright. What was I babbling about a second ago? I was talking about, my workout. And, oh, right, so today would usually be a rest day, but unfortunately I have to go to the gym. Even though I'm feeling pretty exhausted from my... isn't it weird? I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but it seems like I get more exhausted on a vacation or a trip of any sort than I would have been had I just, stayed home or whatever. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going, actually. Let's see. Oh, Sealed Cave, that's it. That must be it, right? Let's just check everywhere else. Town of Wendell, Manos, Lorimar, Rocky. Yeah, Sealed Cave, okay. But that's the purpose of this tea, to wake me up, except it's still boiling hot. Okay. I do not remember this area at all. So let's see how it goes. Well, here's a cave right out in the open. But obviously I can't get right up there. Okay, what kind of weapons do they like or don't like? Actually, is it nighttime right now or something? Can I just switch it to daylight and not have to deal with zombies? Of course, I killed her immediately because the AI in this game is terrible. And if I just go back and forth... Oh, okay, that looks daylight. Ah, these enemies are much more pleasant to deal with than zombies. Well, I don't know, I probably should go back this way and try to get that treasure chest I saw. But anyways, now that I have my official nationally recognized certification, I'm starting to do online coaching and training. You know, the funny thing about if you've been on Instagram and you see a lot of, you know, very fit looking people calling themselves online coaches, those people tend to not actually have any education in exercise science, or they tend to not actually be personal trainers or anything. That's why they're calling themselves an online coach and not a certified personal trainer. And so you look at these people and you're like, well, they clearly know what they're doing. They've got, you know, they're fit and they've got muscle and whatever, but I mean, they certainly know what they were doing to get to that point for themselves. That's certainly true. But for their particular body type or their particular goals, or from starting wherever it was that they were starting from to get to that point. Well, of course I want to throw the switch. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is be careful out there. Unless they say for certain that they are a certified personal trainer, the chances that they have the know-how to help you with your particular body type and your particular weaknesses, you know, get to the points that you're looking to get to, it's not the same for everybody. And that was part of the impetus for me to get a training certification, is that I was aware of that. I was like seeing some extremely terrible advice being given from one of those types of individuals that I followed on Instagram. And I was like, oh my god, why are you telling this person to do X, Y, and Z when that's clearly what may have worked for you, but look at them. They're in a totally different position than you probably were. Because it should be specific to the person, to where they're currently at and what their goals are, and I don't know. Anyways, it was just a little mortifying, so I was like, well, I wonder if they're a certified personal trainer or not. So I straight up asked him, and he admitted basically no, he wasn't, but he knew what he was talking to me about because, you know, he had accomplished this or that, and it was like, well, but that's you, that's your specific body type. So anyways, I got very frustrated with that and realized that tons of those particular people on there as online coaches were not really trained in the ability to help other people accomplish their goals. So I was like, well, maybe that's something that I could do, except I'm also not certified, so I'm not about to do it right now. Well, at least not certified with a nationally recognized... There used to be a certain particular gym chain that I will not mention who had their own in-house certification, and basically it would not be recognized anywhere else except in that particular gym chain, for good reason, because it was basically BS. It was good enough to help the average person out, accomplish, you know, the average person's typical goals, but it certainly wouldn't help everybody in every circumstance, so they no longer do that, but thank goodness. They actually do require certification now. Okay, where to go now? Oops, that just forced me straight into this area without me intending to go here. Oh well. I'm sure that they didn't give much experience or whatever. Fourth seal broken. Here's another mimic. Or not. Is it an actual... No, it is a mimic. Okay, of course it is. Why they make the mimics a completely different color of chest is beyond me. It's not going to fool anybody. They didn't used to in previous levels. They would... Fifth seal broken. Ah. These guys are so annoying. They're so tiny, you'd think they wouldn't be that much of a big deal. Okay, there we go. The dog is getting extremely restless. He was, of course, left alone all by himself Friday all day and then Saturday up until the evening, so he's kind of being a bit of an attention whore right now. He's staring at me. Let's regain some magic. Hey, Brotaculo. I think... I kind of already covered this, but you probably weren't here, but as far as the Secret of Mana stream... I'm sorry, wow. Secret of Mana remake. I'm excited, but I'm annoyed that it's not for Nintendo systems when Mana, the first 3 Mana games were exclusively Nintendo systems. And then even a lot of the more, not recent ones, but some of the, I guess, middle era Mana games were all, again, exclusively Nintendo. So it's just strange to me that a remake of a beloved Super Nintendo game is coming out for the PlayStation 4 and not for the Switch. Considering, I mean, who's even talking about the PlayStation 4 these days? Everybody's freaking out about the Switch, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I really want to play it, and I hope that they wise up and make an announcement that, oh, whoops, by the way, it is also coming out for the Switch. We forgot to mention that. Oh, okay. You know, I was talking to... Why can't I access this treasure chest? This is very strange. I was talking to somebody from Xseed, one of the localization people, a couple years back, and it was like, it's so strange to me that Xseed only focuses on things like, at that time I think it was the PSP, well, the Vita must have been out. This stone monument is giving us some kind of magic power, is it? None shall touch the relic seal. Those who do shall meet the scythe of the grave deeper of darkness. Of course. But anyways, I was talking to this Xseed localization person, and I was like, it's so weird that you guys don't put anything out on, you know, they're putting everything out on the Vita, or the PSP at that time, and I was like, why don't you put stuff out on the 3DS? The 3DS's install base was 10 times, literally 10 times the amount of the PSP or Vita or whatever it was. And he was like, well, it actually makes more financial sense to do it that way because the 3DS has such a much larger installed base. There are more games out, which the general public can only pay attention to a few games at a time. So if so few games are coming out for the PSP or Vita, it's more financially solvable. Uh, be solvable? Wow, my brain is not working this morning. Anyways, it makes more sense financially because, oh wow, here's this really cool game that's coming out on this system that I have and don't have any, no other new games have been announced. So um, I hope that made sense. I'm still waking up, sorry. But anyways, the idea is so many, because of how big the install base of the 3DS is, so many games come out for the 3DS, which makes any particular game's visibility amongst the general populace much smaller, so it wouldn't sell as well as it would for a system that has a smaller install base, which seems counterintuitive, but that's what he said. So it might be something like that. Maybe Square Enix thinks, oh well, we'll put it on the PlayStation 4 and Vita because there's tons of stuff coming out for the Switch, surely. Except there isn't, but anyway. Yeah, it's a boss fight. Let's just get on with it. Something's coming, look out! I'm gonna switch to sword. How am I supposed to hit him? Oh shit, Taki mushrooms. Okay. Let's use some candy really fast. The dog is being gross. There's no need to lick that tight. How do I get over this stupid thing? There we go. Oh shoot. Yay. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Brooks brings up, I think that's Brooks, brings up a good point, which is that also on the Switch, that's where that whole Mana Collection is coming out in Japan. But it's like, if the Mana Collection is coming out on the Switch, why the heck is the remake of Titan Hush? He's doing his whining, oh poor me, I need to go on my WALK and you're not taking me yet, but it's still an hour before he needs to go on it, so he can relax. But anyways, it is weird. The Mana Collection is coming out for the Switch, but the remake of Secret of Mana, the most famous Mana game ever, is not? That's bizarre. It's Shade. This is a dark spirit, isn't it? Light without darkness, darkness without light, no such thing exists. Light and darkness are essential opposites. To obtain the true light, one must first know darkness. Leave it once. Thanks, I think? My name is Shade. I come from a proud line of darkness, so my master's life I'll assist you. Nice to meet you, Shade. Okay, now where do I go? Where the heck am I supposed to go now? I have no earthly clue. Well, let's save at this statue. Actually, this is probably a good point to go ahead and save and quit, and then I can come back later after I've done some fun household chores like laundry and vacuuming. And, well, first of all, I have to walk the WOG. I don't know why I spelled the words in reverse there. Anyway, I will try to wake up a little bit, and I'll see you guys. I want to say like 1 p.m.-ish, maybe 2. Oh, whoa, I have to go to the gym today, I forgot. It's usually my rest day. I guess I want to say more like 2 p.m. then, or 3? No, probably 2. Yep. So I will see you guys then. Bye, guys.